All right, hey, this is Act 2 of the podcast. We're getting right back into it. If you missed Act 1, go back and listen to that thing. Otherwise, this isn't going to make any sense. Okay, see ya. Hello, friends, and welcome back. The Eric Zane Show podcast on this Monday, January 6th, 2025. 6 years ago on this date, the podcast began with a lot of uncertainty. I had no plans when I started the podcast. I didn't think, what, is this something I do every single day? And honestly, when I committed to doing it every single day, I didn't know how I was going to do it every single day, because my thought process then was, well, I'm all alone, and how am I going to... And there was a lot of things that have come and gone that I attempted to do. But all in all, through figuring it out, a lot of you have managed to stay with me. Not everyone. But, I mean, some of those shows were just garbage. When you're all alone, you interact differently. You're almost waiting for someone to answer you, and it gets awkward. It did get awkward. It was terrible. Hell, it still gets awkward. But somehow I'm just stubborn enough and kept at it, and it's gotten easier and easier. And it's still changing. Adam says audience intros have come and gone. If there's anything for any of you OGs from when it all began that pop into your brain that we can park on and tell the story of what was going through my mind when I did it and why it's not here anymore, sometimes there is no reason. What Adam is referring to is people would like send me audio of, hey, this is so-and-so, and they would actually come up with a creative way or something to start the show. And I didn't hate those. They were fun. I think what it boils down to, though, is a lot of all that stuff that I would do, in some cases, it just got to be hard. Like the amount of time that I put into actually doing the show, 2 to 3 hours every day. And then the other things that move the meter, things get pushed aside. I would say that the show back then was more behind the scenes work happening than there is now. Maybe editing audio, doing more research on some things. But the one thing I couldn't do back then was I didn't have the ability to narrate or monologue like I can now. It's just you just improve at it because when you do it over and over again. The only exception to that rule is Ben Glaze, who's probably going to be like, oh, God, fucking shit. Molly says, I'll be here, but I can't chat. She's just listening. It's because she's busy. She's got a job, probably. As the years have passed, you get a few regulars that come from places that had no idea what I did. Molly is one of them. But no, I look back on things like audience intros and just the various temperament of the show. I think the way we have it now is the longest consistent style. There have been different styles over the years that I've done, and there'll probably be different ones as well. Some of you may notice on the couch, Darla is actually a dog burrito right now. She's next to Bruce there. And I talked to you about how all three of the dogs, well, actually all four of the dogs, including Benny, the one-eyed wonder dog, were at doggy daycare while we were away. Now, what that means is a lot of playing, especially Darla, with her pal over at doggy daycare, Gracie. So these two just go crazy. So the recovery time for Darla is about 24 to 36 hours. Pick her up yesterday. She's cashed all day yesterday. She'll be cashed all day today. The other two are also tired, O'Neill and Bruce. And Benny seems to be doing okay. He's got a little bit more energy. But Darla's gone. When I finished the first podcast, I did my the first half of the podcast. I then did my workplace meeting with Q100. I let her out, brought her back in, set her right back down on there, and she curled up in that. I curled her up in that blanket right there, and that's it. That's going to be it for the next few hours. She is committed to this monster nap, and how hysterical is that? Very, very adorable. This is reason number 8 million why you should occasionally check out the live stream of my show on Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, where if you're with me right now, you're on that. If you're just listening to the audio podcast later on, do make it a point to subscribe on Twitch so you can never, if you want to get the show live, 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. on Friday, most times, sometimes, then you have that. All right. I want to get into the Fat-a-thon. We have a new person participating in the Fat-a-thon. There you go. I just embarrassed myself. I couldn't talk. I got to take a drink of this coffee, though. Hang on. I'm going to save our new entry into the Fat-a-thon for the very last. I need to pull up some information, though. Kenny sent me an email. The two OGs on Fat-a-thon are Kenny and Jeremy. Kenny did lose some weight. He's down 0.6 pounds. Now I want to stop right there because I've got some perspective here that I think is eye-opening but needed to put front and center what exactly he has been doing. Now, let me just say that there's no shortcuts here. You're either going to do it or you're not. And when you take in a certain amount of calories and a certain amount of calories leave you, if you're in a negative, you're going to be a success. And this is the old-fashioned way of moving more, eating less. That's it. There's no magic pills. You can try diets all you want, but ultimately, it's how disciplined are you in bringing less in and burning more out. Less in, more out. That's it. And that's not something that's like negotiable. It's just math. Now, when we started getting to this point 16 weeks ago, hang on, I got to drink this. Kenny had already been fighting the fight. And about a year ago, he really started to put his nose to the grindstone. When we started to pay attention to it, 16 weeks ago, he had already lost 41 pounds. The first week of the Fat-a-thon, he was down 41 pounds. 16 weeks later, he is down 43.2 pounds, which means in the last 4 months, Kenny has lost 2.2 pounds. Now, I'm telling him this so that he can focus and understand that this isn't going to be, you aren't going to be successful having these wild swings. You're going to have to be consistent over a long period of time. Slow and steady. He wrote to me an email today and informing me that he is down to 316.8. Easy. I actually ate almost anything I wanted this week. And then there's more to the sentence, but I'm going to get to that in a second. Now, what made my ears perk up there is because on Friday, Kenny's over there along with me giving Amanda the business about having all that junk food, and Kenny was leading the charge and urging her to just throw all that away. All right. So you're going to have to start practicing what you're preaching, because you just admitted to me that you ate anything you wanted. And you know as well as I do that that's not going to work. And then the rest of the sentence is, I ate anything I wanted as I'm starting a 21-day Daniel fast again. Now, I don't know what the fuck that is. And I don't want to know. I don't care. All right? But your mindset of, hey, well, I might as well just eat everything because I'm starting a fast is no different than Amanda saying, I got to eat all my weekend junk food because I'm starting on Monday. It's no different at all. I just wanted to point that out. The 21-day Daniel fast, where I'll be eating only vegetables again. So I'm surprised I didn't gain this past week. Yeah, I'm not either. I think the big revealing thing is that you actually did last week eat anything you wanted to. You got to get out of this mindset, my friend. God damn. And just by the sound of Daniel fast, I don't like it. And only eating veggies, I mean, have you researched the appropriate amount of protein? Because there are plant sources that can give you protein. Do you have that, in your knowledge base as to what plants you'll be eating that give you the appropriate amount of protein? I think that if you just start eating fucking green peppers and cucumbers, you might end up kind of getting shit out of whack there. I mean, I'm not a dietitian, but if you're going to eat only veggies, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And going to the fucking grocery store and just loading up the goddamn shopping cart with lettuce and kale and broccoli. I don't know, man. If you're going to go veggie, I would suggest you consult Aram. So, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the fact that for 4 months you've lost 2.2 pounds, that's fucking horrible. That's like some of the most underperforming thing ever. Let's do some easy math. You got 16 weeks. No, wait a minute. 2.2 pounds divided by 16. So that means each week you're losing 0.13 pounds. Come on, man. You might have to get back to basics here. Something needs to be changed, and I don't know if veggie diet is going to do it. Maybe tap the resource of Jeremy here. Jeremy is doing something spectacular. He is down 3.9 pounds from the last time we weighed in a week ago. Now, remember, the goal was for January 6th, today, for him to be at 275. He fell short of that goal. But fuck it. He's at 279.1. I am intensely proud of what you have done. Great job, Jeremy. He says, I'm officially in, I don't remember the last time the scale said this territory. Feeling good, looking good. Well, don't push it. It's nice to know that if I were to join the Lions for a Super Bowl run, I wouldn't automatically be put on the defensive line. When Fat-a-thon began, Jeremy was at 335.4, now down to 279.1. Is that right now? Is my lost number right? 335.4 minus 279.1. 56.3. Even more. Better news. You're down 56.3 pounds. Divided by 16 weeks, you are averaging a very healthy 3.51 pounds lost per week. That is much better than the 0.13 pounds Kenneth has been losing. You're beating the shit out of him. Not that there's a real competition between you. I mean, to be fair, Kenny was already down the 40 when the whole thing started. But he's going to have to get reinvigorated in order to get more consistent. Enter Amanda for week number 1. I give her credit. She told me that she is donating all that food that she had last week that everybody was beating her up about. Excellent. Good. I hope you carried through on that or followed through on that. Amanda joins us, and she has sent along her information to me, and it's very descriptive. I'm going to share this, and she knows that. She knows that that's part of this deal. Now, remember, I said that Kenny was down to 316.8. Take a look at what Amanda is at the top of this. She's at 316.8, the exact same weight as Kenny, proving once again that these two are destined to be having hot butt sex at some point in time. Now, true, right now, they outweigh two of the Lions' biggest offensive linemen. But after today's ass kicking and whatever it is Kenny's going to do to change, I expect him to lose weight. And Amanda, since this is week 1, she's probably going to drop 50 or 60 rather quick. Because I don't think Amanda's that tall. Now, Amanda could stand to lose 200. All right, maybe 180. So this is a long haul. Now, if you lose the weight appropriately like Jeremy has, 3.51 pounds for 52 weeks, you can be down 182 pounds in 1 year. You can do this. So on January 6, 2026, you could be like hot except for all the excessive skin. And all we would do is we would just tie that around your back and put a bungee cord on it, and no one would see it. All right. Within 1 year, we want to see Amanda doing porno. Congratulations. You have taken the necessary steps to lose that weight. Jeremy checks in. He says, my next goal is 200 by New Year's next year. End goal is 180. All right. That concludes this portion of the show about Fat-a-thon. Good luck to the rest of you. I'm off to do a ridiculous plyometric workout today that it never, ever, with all of these P90X workouts, they never get easier. There is nothing there. You're either doing more reps or you're doing them quicker, or as you get stronger, you just do more and more and more. And it never gets easier, no matter what. The ab workout is 3 days a week. 1 day on, off, 1 day on, off, 1 day on. It's called Ab Ripper X. It is, I can't even tell you how painful this is. We've talked about it before. I'm up to, it's 25 reps per exercise. I'm up to 21, and I think I'm going to die. It happened again last night before the Lions game. And I don't necessarily dread it because I know I'm getting stronger. But it's like, just, you have to get your mind right that this is going to suck. This is going to be so painful. And it just never, ever lets me down. It's just stupid how effective this thing is. God damn. This is a video on, I think it was X. Yes. Sorry about that. Not X. This is from Instagram. Kristen Bell and Dak Shepard. I didn't know that they're from Michigan, or at least Lions fans. I think that Dak Shepard is a Lions fan. The Golden Globes were last night. And Shepard was in the audience, and I guess he was not paying attention to what was happening during the event.
Stories of versus evil, coming of age, or now later, storylines surrounding complex relationships, social.
Justin Bell shooting the video as Dak Shepard is right there. What is he doing? He's watching the Lions. How great is that? Yes. It says hashtag priorities. And then it looks like she misspelled Detroit. Oh, well. I love that.
Now, here are the nominees for Best Motion Picture. And
Now, I don't even know who he is. I've heard of that name. I've heard of the names Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard. But if you said to me, EZ, tell me what Dak Shepard or Kristen Bell have been in, I could not. However, if you said he was in or she was in, I would probably go, oh, yeah. But no, I have no clue. The local TV station went around Detroit outside of Ford Field. Hi, O'Neill. Hey, big guy. To talk to Lions fans after that game last night. Getting the pulse of the people.
Lions fans are soaking in the moment. They have waited for this for a very long time. Their team is King of the North and a Super Bowl favorite. And now this team gets to stay home for the playoffs. Kings of the North! Kings of the North!
This guy in the makeup there, I don't know if I'd have done that. That looks stupid.
Lions are NFC North champions. Fans show pure jubilation.
I gotta ask you, man, what was it like in there?
It was electrifying. I was like, I'm a plumber, man. I'm scared of water. Everyone's plugging everything in, man. Vikings got screwed. Let's go.
What did he say? I'm a plumber. I'm scared of water? What?
Fans show pure jubilation.
I gotta ask you, man, what was it like in there?
It was electrifying. I was like, I'm a plumber, man. I'm scared of water.
Okay. Well, was there water everywhere?
Everyone's plugging everything in, man. Vikings got screwed. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the fuck he's talking about. I think that's just full-on Michigan, Southeast Michigan retardation. Here's one of the hottest women on the planet Gretchen Whitmer during the NFL draft.
Gretchen Whitmer wore her honorary buffs in April's NFL draft here in Detroit. Now that the Lions have locked up home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs,
We're going to give I'm going to get Dan Campbell these buffs, man, when he wins
I'm going to give Dan Campbell these buffs. What are buffs?
it, man. For real.
there were lots of disappointed Vikings fans walking out of Ford Field.
Hey, good luck to all you Lions guys, but we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys when it means something to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay, whatever. So that guy's drunk. This guy's actually normal.
Great job on just showing us love and looking forward to a great rest of the season. We're going to see you guys again, and we're going to beat you next time.
I love Channel 7. You guys are the best.
There was also plenty of security
Oh, they kept that.
outside the stadium to ensure fans left Ford Field happy and safe.
This is an easy assignment tonight.
It's a great assignment. You know, we're on heightened alert because of everything that happened in New Orleans and everything. But, man, it's just great for the whole city of Detroit and all of Wayne County.
Fans were loud and
Skull.
proud after
They're
Detroit's
chanting
31-9
skull.
thumping of Minnesota. They also showed Lions spirit through their various swag. Even a bummed foot couldn't slow this lady down.
Listen, I got the sparkle shoe. I'm through and through Detroit Lions all the way, even before all the hype. I'm a die-hard fan.
Yeah, just like me.
True die-hard fan.
That's how I describe myself.
I'm my Lions. All
True
the way.
diehard Lion fan. And I am.
And I got to tell you, fans
Despite what the assholes that follow this show think about me.
were so ecstatic that the Lions put an exclamation point on arguably the greatest regular season in team history.
Oh, yeah, without a
and
doubt.
now the NFC playoffs and the road to the Super Bowl goes through Detroit.
Yep.
We're here just outside of
One
Ford
more game.
Field in downtown Detroit.
One more
I'm
game to
Ryan
enjoy,
Marshall,
and that
4-7
won't be
News,
enjoyable.
Detroit.
Unfortunately, the Lions will fall in 2 weeks. You heard it right here. I hate to break everybody's heart. Cole had the question, am I the only one not hearing the audio? I think you are the only one not hearing the audio because everybody else seemed to hear it okay. All right. This lady who loves soccer is the now oldest known woman on the planet Earth. She's a nun. Soccer-loving nun from Brazil tops the list of world's oldest living person. She is just under 117 years old. My God, that's awesome. I think some lady from Japan just croaked, and so that pushed this lady to the top of the list. We're going to have a look at this gem. You won't be. I think she's speaking Portuguese, so you can't really. But I wanted to get a look at it.
6 irmãos. 6.
Okay, she looks great. I think she might be blind. I'm not sure. Here she's, dropping those words of wisdom that all people that are that old drop. How did you stay so young? How do you look so good? But she really does look good. And in the actual printed story of Sister, she said she was born on June 8th, 1908, to a large family in southern Brazil. For her 110th birthday, she was honored by Pope Francis. All right, so there's that. She says her secret to longevity, her Catholic faith. Now, that's unfortunate because, you know as well as I do that Catholicism is a big, huge pile of shit. This is coming from a fucking Catholic. I don't practice anymore, but there's no fucking way. In a video shot by the organization last February, the lady, forget her first name, Canabaro was her last name, Sister Canabaro. can be seen cracking jokes, sharing miniature paintings she used to make of wildflowers, and reciting the Hail Mary prayer. Okay. So, as you know, my loss of faith in organized religion stems from my daughter being a shrub scout. I just had a conversation with my wife who talked to my sister-in-law, Sandy, that there is a film out called 1946. Now, Sandra and my brother, World Book Jim, are both Catholics. But I think something's going on because we've had a lot of discussions about Madison and her gayness. And one of the things I talked about was, we can't be a part of that church anymore. In fact, we're pretty much out on organized religion anymore. You know, I'm just going to be as sweet as I always am to people. Give away some food at the Great Food Giveaway. Try to stay in my lane. Help those when I can. And try to be a good Boy Scout. That's as far as I'm going. Nobody's getting any goddamn money or anything like that. I'm not going to worry about people getting butthurt when I say shit. Just take it for what it's worth. And that's the end of it. And I'm sure as hell not going back to the Catholic Church. Anyway, Sandy calls up Diana, and then they're having a girl talk. And Sandy brings up that there's a film out called 1946. And the movie is about how in 1946, the word homosexual was added to the Bible. It did not exist before 1946. So basically, man added words to the Word of God as it's known, simply to fit the cultural, I guess, leanings of wherever it was entered, whatever country came up with that. It might have been the U.S. I don't know. I want to see this movie so bad. So when I see people say, oh, my God, it's the Catholics that saved my life, I was like, fuck that shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Come on now. I actually have a better handle on religion these days, not being affiliated with any church, than I have in my entire life. I love it when people say to me, hey, man, I read the Bible. And I'm like, well, that's your fucking problem. What does that have to do with me? Are you one of these people who thinks that you're like better than me because you read the Bible? Eat shit. I gave away a kidney. Yeah, I got the Bible. I got one kidney. Fuck you. All right. Thank you, as always, to the sponsors. 6 years ago. It was 6 years ago today. Sergeant Baby taught the band to play. They've been going in and out. Thank you to TC Paintball, one of the OG sponsors. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. Rick's been there for me for many, many years. If you want to book a paintball adventure, like people do throughout the Midwest, when they go to TC Paintball, it's a destination. The best place for paintball activities, indoors, outdoors, even in the winter, you can play outdoors at TC Paintball. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. Reach out and book an event today. Whether it's for kids in the neighborhood, whether it's for workplace team building, maybe a bachelor party, just your friends getting together, you can do it all at TC Paintball. They have everything you need. Just have to walk in. Hopefully you're wearing some crappy clothes and then have at it. You can rent add-ons like armor and coveralls if you want. One price gets you the paint, the gun, the mask, the field time, all there for you at TC Paintball. I have a dispensary that you can get your cannabis products at. It is Green Medicine Shop, online at thegreenmedicineshop.com. They are in Greenville, Michigan. If you are in Greenville or the surrounding areas, or perhaps you're maybe a little bit further away from Greenville. That's okay. I want you to make at least one trip to the Green Medicine Shop. Now, they are a recreational facility as of October 21 and over. And then if you're 18 to 21, you can still get your cannabis products with a med card. And you can get that med card through their website, thegreenmedicineshop.com. They have a pharmacist that's there every day. Her name is Shawnee. Absolutely fantastic. And can answer all of your canna-curious questions. thegreenmedicineshop.com. I've got an insurance expert on this show. It is Frank Fuss. Now, being that I'm independent and I don't have an employer, I have to get my insurance through healthcare.gov. And if you are in between jobs, or if your boss does not offer insurance, or you're a business owner like moi, you need to get your healthcare through healthcare.gov. I suggest you reach out to Frank Fuss, and he will help you every step of the way, making sure that everything is done appropriately. And he doesn't charge you anything for his time, anything for his talent, nothing. He gets paid by insurance companies. Frank will hold your hand as you find your way through that process. Buyinsurancehere.com is where you go to get started. That is his page, and it will introduce you to him. He also can help if you or someone you know or love has Medicare and or Social Security in their future. Buyinsurancehere.com. He also can help you with a life insurance policy. Love that man. Chris says, what's Rick think about the Lions? We never have him on anymore. He had good football chats. I'm going to call him right now. I called him last week, and it went right to his voicemail, and he said, yeah, you're catching me at a bad time. Sorry. We've had bad luck. But that is a great call. I would love to get him on here. I know that Maureen and Stevie, Megan, and Linda really want to hear from him, too. They texted me today and said, yeah, we really got to hear from Rick. Can you please get him on? So this is for them in particular. Watch, gonna go right to voicemail. Come on, Rick.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
I'm telling you, he's ducking me. I guess Buffs are Detroit sunglasses. Rick says, damn, I'm at Meyer with no earbuds. I wrote back, gay. All right. Shocking moment in Thailand as some tourist from Spain was there with her boyfriend. She's very young and beautiful. Bianca Garcia. She and her boyfriend were vacationing in Thailand. And you show up at this place called Koh Yao Elephant Care in Thailand. And what they market is, you know, when they were planning the trip from Spain, Bianca and her boyfriend, like, let's go to Thailand. And there's this fun thing where you can hang out with an elephant. And you can stand next to it and get a picture. Like this, right here. See this elephant? And there's like a dude there. And then Bianca wanted to do that. And so she goes up to the elephant, and they're getting ready to take a picture. And then, well, the elephant stomped her to death and killed her. I mean, just like that. God damn. I can't say that I wouldn't have done that. I absolutely have. If I had the opportunity to get a picture next to an elephant, and I call up Ko Yao Elephant Care, and I say, "Hey, the elephant is it cool? Yeah, man, come on over. It's great. You just walk up to the elephant and take a picture, and you got a picture for life. Stand next to a fucking elephant." Well, the thing went berserk and stomped the shit out of her. First, it knocked her down with its trunk, and then just started doing fucking grape lady. The boyfriend was there. He saw it all. Initial reports said the female elephant had gored Garcia with one of its tusks. So picture like the big-ass tusks that they try to kill the animal for to harvest those. Had like jammed it through her and was holding it up, you know? Like in that scene in Batman versus Superman when the fucking bad guy stabs Superman. But no, it's a great reference. But that actually did not happen. Her body was taken to a hospital, and then that was it. Didn't make it. It's the first fatal elephant attack of 2025. Well, I hope so. It's only been like fucking 5 days. There have been 240 fatal incidents involving elephants in the last 12 years, including 39 last year. That's 39 too many. I had no idea that elephants murder so many people. Also included in this article is some stats. It says about 2,800 Asian elephants, which is an endangered species, are held captive at tourism facilities across Thailand. Well, the thing is, you can just picture them not being in the best of care. I mean, I doubt that of the captive elephants, that any of them are like, oh, boy, I sure am glad that I'm captive. They're probably in shitty moods all the time. And because they have to do fucking shit like this. I'm kind of team elephant. If you're a person that goes to like sanctuary to get your picture taken with elephant and you get stomped to death, I mean, I'm kind of happy for the elephant, frankly. There's a place up north past nearly all of the hard living lines in Newberry, Michigan, called Oswald Bear Emporium or some shit. And these assholes have all these bears, and you get your picture taken with the fucking bear. And if you were to go, we went there once, and then I realized how bad it was. We got the fuck out of there. My eyes were open to what's happening in this fucking place. And I'm like, fuck this shit. And every one of the bears is like pacing back and forth like they're totally fucking crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if this is good. Thailand is home to 15% of the estimated 52,000 elephants still living in the wild. That's crazy to me. There's only 52,000 elephants that are still living in the wild. No wonder why they're so pissed off. Amy's been to Oswald's. It's a shit show. Linda says the elephant was Rick and the girl was his dog. Huh? What are you talking about, Linda? Are you drunk again? Cole says someone needs to Harambe that elephant. Yeah, I don't know about that. Don't forget, this is in a kind of like a lawless part of the world. That elephant makes them serious money, and if a few people have to die, they don't give a fuck. Chris D. writes, I just saw Nikki Glazer hosted the Golden Globes. Crazy she went from wanting to bone Ben to hosting the Golden Globes. I will never forget the amount of fireworks going off between them. Because I was at the control board, and she was to my left, and Ben was to my right. And they're like sharing glances at each other, and she's just kind of like playing with her fucking hair and looking at him and leaning towards him. I'm like, oh, ovaries are popping. Horny, funny bitch. And Ben's like, oh boy, girls. You know, Ben's not like a Romeo like Kenny. He doesn't have that type of game. At least he doesn't have any game now. He's married. But even back then, he was just like a nervous little Nelly. Drunk Linda asks me if I'm slow. No, I'm not slow. The hell is wrong with you? Amy, did you get the same impression about those fucking idiots at Oswald's Bear Emporium or whatever the fuck it is? Chris adds, Ben, however, can talk like none other. No one can talk about the weather like Ben. Truly one of the finest weather chatters the world has ever witnessed. So this dad in Long Island, about a month ago, said, hey, somebody help me find my daughter. She's missing. I guess you had kind of a situation where I don't even know if I can say ran away, but she disappeared for a month. Frank Gervasi's daughter, Emma Ray, vanished the night of December 9th. She's 14 after reportedly getting into a strange car outside their home. People were terrified that someone had kidnapped her. Her dad said Friday that she had been found on a boat nearby. I guess in Islip. He was tipped off about this, and he actually went to get her. And he talked about it in a Facebook video, which I'm going to get to. He detailed in that video what he thought might have happened to her. The young teen is doing well in recovery after her month-long time away from the home, which only ended when a woman called him with an anonymous tip that ultimately led him to the boat. She was last seen leaving the house without a jacket or shoes and getting into a car. There was some thought that she might have met somebody online. That's what the dad said. He said his daughter initially went off with a guy she met online, but left him and was later picked up by a random 65-year-old man that she didn't know. So the thought is that, at least the dad thinks, and said, this is where she was. She was on this boat, and he thinks she was trafficked. All right. He might be right. Let's go and check out Dad's video.
A lot of confusion, a lot of dumb comments I'm reading.
This is Frank Gervasi. Now, you might notice right away about Frank that 100% of his face has tattoos on it. All right? Now, if you're going to do a Facebook video and say, my daughter was trafficked and holy shit, and I don't know what you're hoping to achieve here, but if anyone sees your fucking face, there is no one who's going to believe you or her because of how fucked up your stupid face looks, you fucking asshole.
Reading that Emma could have just left on her own will. Completely incorrect. Emma was being held against her will.
I would say if I saw your face, that the best thing that happened to Emma was that she was trafficked.
She was not allowed to leave the
so that she could be away from you.
Boat, unless she was escorted by somebody. And she was being forced to do things that a 14-year-old girl shouldn't have to do. So I do believe this is sex trafficking, and it's being looked into. So can we just leave the stupid comments off the page that,
You can't ask people to take stupid comments off the page when you look stupid.
My daughter's a runaway and things like that. She may have left the house with a stupid thought. What happened to her in this really bad world we live in is what we're talking about here. Trafficking is a huge problem across the world.
I would say that the trafficking is the least of her problems if she has you for a father.
It's a very big problem on Long Island, and I stress that parents should keep an eye on their children. Keep an eye on your little girls, even your boys, okay? Because these people are predators, and they will stop at nothing to get to your kids.
You know what's crazy? Is telling everybody that there are predators, and you look like an actual predator.
Anytime a kid is being held against their will or forced...
I could understand someone getting shit all over their face, but to actually go public and expect anyone to take them seriously with all of this shit on their face, fuck you.
To do things that they don't want to do, whether it's for addiction purposes or whatever it is, that's a form of sex trafficking, okay?
Who thinks that he actually sex trafficked his daughter?
They get these girls, they get them hooked on drugs, and they make them do stupid stuff for it. That's called sex trafficking.
Yeah, how do you know so much about this?
So it's being, brought to the light, and we're working closely with detectives on it.
Yeah, how come no one's arrested in this so-called... If you busted the sex trafficking ring, how come no one was arrested? How come nothing's happened to whoever had your daughter for a month, you idiot? My God. I wouldn't have done that. Back to Oswald's Bear Emporium. Amy says, weirdly, I did not get that same impression. I think they take in bears that can't make it on their own. I don't think they breed them, but I could be wrong. I don't know what the one that's not making any sense is all about. David describes that guy as an animal. Jeremy says she's probably being held against her will by him. Yeah, we all feel it. Tattoo Dad is going to earn an award. All right. Before we get to today's asshole of the day, a prestigious award. Last Friday was 9/11 Reincarnation Mom. I get my hair cut at King's Room Barbershop. There's 3 locations. You should go to one of them if you're a dude or a chick who likes short hair. Skip Supercuts and Super 8 and Crazy 8 and Jude's and Lady Jane's and all that other shit. Zach's. No. Go to King's Room Barbershop. 3 locations, Caledonia, Northland Drive, and 821 36th Street in Wyoming. Haircuts are $19 plus tip. Please tip well, and please mention me when you go to King's Room Barbershop. When it comes to tree care in West Michigan, the Eric Zane Show podcast family trusts Kuiper Tree Care. Kuiper. KuiperTreeCare.com. or call at 616-828-8225 for any type of tree removal, tree pruning, land clearing, stump grinding, tree risk assessment, storm damage cleanup. They do it all at Kuiper Tree Care. They took care of a couple trees for us. They can do the same. Call, and they will come and give you an estimate. KUIPER, treecare.com. Every single one of these sponsors I have engaged with or used on our own, including Green Medicine Shop. When it comes to CBD oil, that's where I get it from. Put it on my achy joints. Feels great. But seriously, we get our cars fixed at Irvine's. A&E services the furnace and AC. I get my loans from the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Troy Ginzer, Tag CPA. Paintball at Rick's. Frank Fuss, King's Room Barbershop. Kuiper Tree Care. We use all of these people. And then, no exception, Werner Roofing. Online at wernerroofing.com. WERNER roofing.com. 616-844-5382. That's 616-844-5382. When you go to WERNER roofing.com, there's a spot there. You just fill in your information. They'll give you a call by the end of the day and make an appointment to come see you. They're awesome. They're based in Grand Haven, Michigan, and they can put a roof anywhere in West Michigan on your home. 616-844-5382. They also do gutters and siding and metal roofs. Okay. Today's asshole of the day is brought to you by TC Paintball. And it is, of course, Long Island tattoo face asshole of the day. Congratulations to you. Stop trafficking your daughter out. You fucking idiot. That is my time on the podcast. Congrats to the Lions for winning that game. As we say hello to Smiling Devil. Smiling_Devil gets a first-time audience member. Hello. We're glad you're here. We'll be back tomorrow, though. I'm wrapping up the show. I start every day at about 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for being part of this show. But I'll be back tomorrow with more. Make yourself at home and make sure you tell me who you are and where you're from. You can reach me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Always interested in new people and what's up. All right, folks. Have a great one. I appreciate you being here. And I'll talk to you on the Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Till then, have a good one, and bye-bye.